Okay, so welcome. This is my first live and that's something I wanted to do for quite a long time, so here we are. Today I'm gonna do some live coding on an open source project, as the title says, and I'm gonna make it easy. I will use one of my old projects and let me show you. It's better than just explaining. So it's Trello Cards Numbers Plus. It's my first attempt on making a Chrome extension, and we already have 75 users, which is cool. So the extension is super simple. It lets you add those numbers and IDs to the cards so that you can recognize them, and the number is unique for everyone, and it actually is this number over here. You can customize the output, the format, you want it bold, so there it is. Pretty simple and straightforward. And yep. So what we're gonna do today? There's this open issue again for quite some time that I wanted to implement, and I wanted to do it today. And I said, hey, why not doing it live? So actually the extension works on all boards you uploaded, and I thought it might be useful to add a blacklist so that on some boards it does not show up. And yep, that's what we're gonna do today. So where did it go? Okay, this is the code, and I think I'm gonna make it quite basic for now. So just an input similar to this one, I think over here, where you can add those IDs of the boards. And yeah, if the board is on the blacklist, the numbers do not show up. So back to VS Code. It will be a little bit embarrassing because, like I said, it's a long time I do not touch this project, so I don't even remember my own syntax and structure, but it should be easy. So I want a new config row. My row will have a config label. There's blacklist, config control. I think you already have an input. It doesn't have any specific style, but a placeholder, so ID blacklist. I don't need a placeholder. Why do we have a warning? All right, the label. We'll maybe add it later. Okay, so this should already show up, and if it doesn't, I need to update it from here. Oh, right. Run watch. Okay, I need to build my extension. And now, okay, this is our blacklist. At least that's something. And like I said, my desired outcome is if I write something here and hit save, this number should disappear. Okay, so something that already isn't convincing me is that this should be one next to each other. What am I forgetting over here? Config. Oh yeah. Let me see if I update the extension. Okay, feels better. So the system I had in place to read those values is as follows. I read the inputs every time the the extension is loaded, so that I can have the default values, and then when I save them, I set this config storage, that is basically the Chrome storage that lets me store the values even if the user refreshes the page. So I need to add a new one. I don't really like this system here with the enum and the control class, so we'll probably spawn another ticket, another issue on my repository to get rid of all of this mess. But anyway, this should be the ID, so blacklist is, and should be the ID over here. Just to make sure I don't write a typo once again. Okay, so where do I use them? Get input is an utility I wrote to just, let me show you, easily get the control over here, the HTML control, so nothing too complicated. And I lost my pointer. Okay. Okay, sure enough, I need to add the, where it is, new config over here. Okay, so for now, the config will be a plain string, but I suppose, no, it will remain a string. If I want to add more, I will probably need to create an array by splitting the string, probably after a semicolon. Okay, so I can read the value here, I can save the value down there, equals to get input controls dot blacklist dot value. Okay, now in the main file, okay, this is where I load the config and I listen to it, because as you can see, I can real time, if I remove the bold, okay, that's great, I broke it. Anyway, it should update real time. What did it do to break it? I don't know, but it works. So in this case, just to make sure we got it ready, I want to compare, actually I want to console log, because I want to make sure everything is working. First of all, like I said, I want to console log. The first time I got the config is here, configs.blacklist, to make sure I'm properly reading it. Okay. Test. That's something. It did our console log, but it's empty, even if we have it here. Okay, probably because this one is asynchronous. Let's have it down there. Okay, it's working. Now, I want to add this ID, and again, we have the console log because the listener here refreshed our config, but this time I don't want to set those numbers over here. If my blacklist, that, like I said, for now is only one string, I will handle multiple boards later. if my configs is not, and now I need to grab the ID of the board, and I think I can do something like current board equals to window dot location. Let me test it directly here. Okay, so path name is the string over here. I can do something like split. Okay, I did some tests earlier, and yeah, there it is. So with this line over here, I should have the ID of my board, and if the board is the same, I just return. I don't want to set up the numbers. Let's see if something happened. Okay, so I do not see any number here, but on this other board, the numbers are working. That's already a success, because here it is active. If I get rid of this, I hit save, numbers are back. Okay, but I suspect if I add it later, they will not disappear. Okay, yeah, that's fine, because once I set up the numbers over here, I basically toggle a class list. It's not going to disappear by itself. But at least we know that something is working, because if the blacklist equals current board, the numbers are removed. So it's already a good moment for make a tiny commit. So git checkout -p feature add blacklist. Blacklist, yeah, that's fine. Git commit. How can I make it meaningful? Blacklist MVP for single board. Okay, yeah, I'm done. Git add everything and commit again. I can even git push. Okay, so that's something. We have the new branch. Now, next step, I'd like to make it work on multiple boards. So like I said, I think I will just split the string, and instead of comparing the entire blacklist with the current board, I might say const blacklisted boards equals to our blacklist, and this time we split, add a semicolon, and I could even add this the trim, just to make sure white spaces are removed. And if our blacklisted boards, plural, it's more than one, includes our board, we return. Okay, let's test it. I update. Sorry. Also refresh the page just to make sure. And again, okay, so it's already working because I don't see the numbers here. And if I add semicolon and what could be a different ID, I hit save. Okay, it's still working. And here we still have the numbers. Now, if I also add this ID and I hit save, I will see them disappearing. Okay, that's fine. Here they're still off, That's great. Now if I get rid of the first ID, okay, they appear back. And these one are still missing, which is perfectly fine. So, well, that's it. This was just the first version, not really optimized, because, for example, I keep setting the observer even if I should not display any number, so it's pointless to set up the observer. But I think I could close the issue for now because we had the working feature, and I will spawn other issues on the repository to make this even better, more optimized, and yep. But at least it's something. It's something for the first attempt. I'm happy. So what did we change? Okay, only this one. CMA, add support for more boards. Okay, now something else that should be improved is that how one is supposed to know that to write the IDs with semicolons, and that could also be a new issue that I will spawn. So instruction, I think I could probably add a tooltip up here. Yep. It's time to create the pull request. I did my pushes, so it's a feature and implemented blacklist feature. This PR fixes, I think it was 14. Yep. Added magic support for boards blacklist. Issues will be spawned to improve the functionality. Okay, and that's it. I create my pull request that needs a reviewer, that is me. This will test the build and just formatting because I don't have tests yet. I will probably add tests later. And yeah, that was everything for this short live session. It was about 18 minutes. Yep, I will come back in the future with another live session of live coding. Let me know if you found this interesting and if you have suggestions or maybe other projects you want me to contribute at on live. And yep, see you later. Bye guys.